Yeah. Blackjack. Life is like a game of cards. It's not what you dealt, but how you play it. Yeah. Blackjack. To play each situation correctly. I remember they used to laugh at a brother.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. It's your boy DELRAY Richardson, platinum artist, platinum songwriter, Straight Game TV. Thank you for tuning in. Hit the thumbs up button, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And like I always say, as if your first time visiting the channel, please hit the notification bell button, and so that you could be one of the first people notified when I drop some of this straight game. I'm going to get right into it, y'all. Last night, the Oscars. What we seen on television, right? Or what they allowed us to see, right? Right. You got to understand, for me, first and foremost, I respect Will Smith and I respect Chris Rock for both based on their profession. Comedian, actor, rapper, and so on and so forth, right? I respect that. But one must understand that that was fake. It was planned. It was planned. And I'm going to give you the reason why I say that it was planned, right? And that it was made to appear real. Now, first and foremost, the Oscars. The Oscars ratings have been down, down, down for the last 3 years, right? It just consistently goes down, right? So now, Chris Rock, always been a jokester. You know, him and Will Smith were friends. Jada, friends. You know what I mean? We talking about on side of this night, right? So I won't even try to play the video, but most people have seen the video for what it's worth. And you can see like the picture and so on and so forth in regards to that. But I'm going to say this. When Chris told the joke, first and foremost, he gave out a disclaimer to Jada. Jada, I love you. You know what I mean? And that was a sincere I love you. And she, if you see her reaction, you know what I mean? And Will, you know, he's laughing. And then when he actually told the joke was funny. And when he told the joke, Will was busting out laughing, right? And what they let us see was Jada then react adversely to the joke, like, oh, here we go. You know what I mean? I'm the butt of the joke, right? Now, I understand and respect, and Jada, if you watch this, that she has alopecia, whatever it's called, right? You know what I mean? I respect that. And so when you said that about what you have, what you suffer from, right? She laughed about it. It wasn't cancer. It wasn't, you know what I mean? Something where you would not even dare go there with any kind of joke from that perspective, right? You wouldn't go there. And so when Will started to laugh, because the joke was funny, it was actually funny. Wasn't nothing demeaning, wasn't nothing disrespectful. It was none of that, right? But, you know, once again, people have been saying things about Will, Jada, assuming things about Will and Jada, their relationship, you know, the Alcina thing. All of these things have been going on. You know, Will Smith is this, you know, him and Dwayne Martin is that. And Will was right about those things. People, you know, make, you know, assumptions about who he is and so on and so forth. So I understand that, right? So if we can tally this up, because I don't really think Will Smith has a thin skin. You know what I mean? I think he a pretty well-established individual, and I think he's well fit for, you know, all of the things that come from him. Though he is human, don't get me wrong. But so now you deal with last night. We don't see where Jada gives Will any kind of look. All we see is Will then walking up to the stage. They show us the so quote unquote uncut real version. But notice, in case things like this happen, the Oscars always have a 10 to 15 second delay. So now when he's walking up to Chris, usually what they could have did was They could have like, you know what? Let's take that again. You know what I mean? And go from that perspective, right? Or cut and do. That's how you direct, right? But they let that be seen, and they let that be seen around the world. I guarantee you, if Chris Rock, and to speak of it as if it was something real that happened, right? If Chris Rock was a white comedian and said that same joke, Will Smith wouldn't have did shit. I ain't gonna lie. And not that Will would have been scared, but instead of there being some kind of investigation in regarding whether they should take the Oscar away, Will Smith wouldn't have got that Oscar last night. If it was real, they wouldn't have gave it to him. They would have gave that Oscar to Denzel Washington or somebody else. You know what I mean? To hell with the people voted for and all of that. You know what I mean? We're not going to give it to him. No. After he smacked a white boy on national television, and he smacked him that hard, or what appeared to be that hard, and it went around the world. Bottom line. So when everybody's going through this, I look at, you know, it to me, what it appeared to be was a Hollywood movie smack, right? You know, nothing more, nothing less. Because I know the reaction I would have had in regards to that. You know what I mean? We would have been fighting. You know, even if you would have been bigger than me, we would have been fighting. I'd have took that mic stand that was right there. Yeah. You would have rapped for me that night. You know what I mean? Because I would have tried to put it in your mouth. You feel what I'm saying? And so that right there, that's just a natural reaction. No tough guy stuff. You know what I mean? Just a natural reaction, like somebody hits you, and then you got a whole bunch of people around you watching, and you don't do nothing. But then that could be the argument as to why he didn't do nothing, because he didn't expect it. You know what I mean? He didn't expect that Will Smith would come up there and hit him like that or whatever, right? And so, like I said, once again, when you think about what it is and how Chris Rock's face went to the side, right? When he hit him, it was like a movie slap, and the receiving of a movie slap, like pat. You know what I mean? From that perspective. Look at it again. Look at Will Smith's hand. How his hand is strategically placed when he came back from after he hit Chris. It was like, you know, the way he cocked back and all of that. Like, yeah, all of that. Choreographed. That's what you call a choreographed a smack in Hollywood. You know what I mean? So, but I'm gonna guarantee you this. This is the thing that I'm gonna guarantee you most. I guarantee you, within 2 months, or probably sooner than that, you're going to see Will Smith and Chris Rock in some kind of embrace, in some kind of situation, and where Will Smith apologizes to Chris Rock. You're going to see that. And the reason why you're going to see that is because it wasn't real. It wasn't real. And like I said, you got a lot of people in their feelings, though. And the Oscar ratings went up through the roof. I think that probably was the biggest rated Oscars ever, if you want to ask me, or the rewatching of the Oscars. Trust me. So all of the movies that were in the Oscars that were involved with that, if you didn't know about it, you're going to know about it now. King Richard, him winning for that, you're going to know about it if you really didn't pay attention to it now. You're going to want to watch it. Next year's Oscars, because this Oscars was so incendiary with the slap or best smacker heard around the world, right? It works for what it works for. There's millions of dollars involved in that production. And so therefore, next year, upon, the Oscars being that, everybody's going to want to watch. So it basically worked. Not to mention that basically was the first time that a black director directed the Oscars, Will Packer. So now, think about it. Will Packer goes to Will Smith and Chris Rock and says, and to Jada, like, he gonna say something about like G.I. Jane or whatever, and then, you get, kind of disturbed by it, Jada, and then Will, gets mad. He gets up and he walks up and he smacks Chris Rock in the face, but it's a choreographed Hollywood smack, right? But it appears to be real. And because people, and then Will comes back, with the, keep my wife's name out of your mouth. You know what I mean? Or it gave it the impact that it needed. They should have got an Oscar just for that moment because it seemed so real. So, like I said before, when you deal with the bigger picture of what that is, in Will Smith's, life and Jada's life, like I won't get into their personal life in regards to, what Jada did with the boy Alcina and so on and so forth. But then because it would lend credibility to the fact that the how it was choreographed and on one end, because like I said, once again, the Alcina thing. Me personally, I think that everybody knew what was going on. Will probably was seeing somebody else. Jada was seeing him. It was all good. They still married. They don't plan on getting no divorce. Some people have relationships like that. I don't knock that. You know what I mean? I think two adults can do what the hell they want to do in their life. You know what I mean? And no matter who it involves. You know what I mean? So for me, that's the thing that I saw in regards to that. You know what I mean? And so yeah, I don't think it was real. But because on the real side, everybody talking about Chris being from Brooklyn and ba da 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 da, and people, he gonna have it's the people that was with him. It would have been going nah. Like I said once again, the effect that it needed to have, the choreographed smack, the plot that led up to the smack, it worked. It actually worked. And so, like I said, kudos to the Oscars, kudos to Will Smith, kudos to Chris Rock, kudos to Jada Pinkett. You know what I mean? It's like one richer guy, or should I say one rich celebrity or superstar, smacks a star. And people like, oh yeah, why don't he press charges? He could get the bag. He could do all of this. He could do all of that. Dude, they gave George Floyd $20 million and he got killed by the police. They ain't giving Chris Rock a whole bunch of money because he got slapped by Will Smith, let's say, and if it's on the real side, they're not giving him a whole bunch of money for that. Let's be clear. You understand what I'm saying? And Chris, he's already all right. You know what I mean? Will Smith, he's already all right. And like I said, the thing that we're going to see happen, like I told you before, the thing that we're going to see happen is I guarantee you within a month or two, we're going to see Chris Rock and Will Smith somewhere in an embrace or head-to-head talking, apologizing, and letting bygones be bygones. Because it wasn't real. Your boy DELRAY, straight game.